Just yesterday, when I was working in the Japanese experiment module, opening the airlock, bringing in an experiment, I opened the door and I could smell, it is a very strong metallic smell. Over. The most impressive thing is one of the most moving emotionally things when I look out the window down at the Earth and I can see the Earth passing below me. You know, as I'm looking out the window right now, I see that it's almost sunset and we're traveling so fast as the Earth glides by below. It's just fascinating to be able to watch everything I know pass below me. Over. You know, Kaito, I think it was about your age. When I was 10 or 12 years old, I started thinking about the idea of exploring and going and finding new things, and at night I would look up at the stars, and that seemed to be where I'd be able to find those new things and discover. And ever since then, I've always wanted to test things and figure new things out. Over. Satellites because of a lot of people on the ground taking care of us. There's a team all across the globe. Part of it's in NASA, part of it's in JAXA, part of it's military, tracking all of the things that are in space and making sure that we don't hit each other, just like air traffic controllers do with aircraft. Over. You know, I've spent a lot of time looking out the windows. I've never seen the UFO, but there are so many things to see. If I look in the dark of space during the nighttime, I can see the Milky Way galaxy, and then I can see all the features on the Earth as it passes below me. Over. You know, I think the food up here is really good, and it's tasty. But the thing I miss is being able to prepare the food and cook the food. Up here, everything comes out of a can or a packet, and it's ready in 5 minutes. And I miss being able to be in the kitchen and to make a dinner. Over. We're only allowed to take a few, maybe a dozen different things, and they're very important because they help us maintain our contact with the ground. So I brought up some things that remind me of my children and my wife and my family, and that helps me stay connected with all the loved ones down on Earth. Over. That's almost impossible to do, but I'll give it a try. Space in one word. I think it would be awesome. And someone told me the last time I was training at scuba that I could say that by saying hampanai. Over. Yes, the Earth is bathing in the sun's light, and in the light it's plus 250 degrees Fahrenheit, and in the dark it can be minus 250 degrees Fahrenheit. There's really big extremes in the vacuum of space. Over. You know, I think the first thing I'd do would be to say hello and try to introduce ourselves to them. And let them know that, you know, this is one of the reasons we're in space, is to try to go and meet new life forms. Over. Space is an amazing place. There's so many things that are move around effortlessly, and then to have the views that you see below you and above you, it's breathtaking. The downside is all of my loved ones are down on the Earth, and so I would want to live down on the Earth so that I could be close to my family. Over. One of the best things is what I'm doing now, getting to talk with people from all over the world, being part of an international crew, part of an international program, getting to meet people and learn about their cultures and just learn what makes Earth so special. All of the diversity makes it an amazing place. Over. I can see all the natural features. I see mountains and deserts and oceans and clouds, and the evidence of humans on the ground is not that obvious. But at night, like when I fly over Japan at night, I can see all the city lights lit up like a map, and it's just breathtaking. Over. You know, I do. I believe that there is life somewhere. I don't know what shape or form it's in, but you know, that's one of the things we're up here to do is to learn and to discover, and hopefully we'll come across life in somewhere other than Earth. Over. I'd like to give a big hug to my wife and my 2 children. Over. If I boiled it down to one thing, it's I'm curious, and I always wanted to learn new things, and part of the job of being an astronaut is you have to learn a little bit about so many different things, and so if you've got curiosity, this is definitely a profession that you should look at. Over. Amazing. It's the best sleep I've ever had. I just close my eyes in my dark crew quarters, float, and I fall asleep after just a couple minutes, and it's the most comfortable sleep because I just float in. When I fly over Japan, at nighttime, I can see the outline of all the cities that are scattered around the islands. I see the outline of the islands, and when there's a really full moon, I can actually make out the islands and the ocean, and I can see that without any extra light. So it